So I just discovered that this perk is a thing where you can basically make creatures just eat the ground that they stand on.
And I want to run this world until this entire continent has been eaten.
So we have 10 empires in this map. I gave them all this perk as well as like a bunch of other perks to help them grow a little bit quicker. First off, I enabled like literally all of the cheats. So they have infinite resources. They're gonna build houses like super quick and they're gonna get their population up really quick. And the more population they have, the quicker this is gonna get eaten. So we'll go and hit play and see how this goes. Oh yeah, it's literally been like 2 seconds and they've already, look at this huge piece of land that's already missing. Keep in mind too, I also did disable wars because I mostly just want this to be like pure survival. Just see like who can stay on a piece of land for the longest amount possible. Yeah, it's definitely gonna come down to like whatever empire. Why is everyone sleeping here? But it's gonna come down to whatever empire like can expand the quickest, and I'm sure like the middle is gonna be the best spot to be. The funny thing is though, is that they can, if they eat the square that's underneath the house, they'll actually destroy it. Which is why I kind of wanted to give them infinite resources and make them build houses really quick, because otherwise they'd probably die like almost immediately. Okay, they're starting to expand a little bit. We got the bears, the frogs, the turtles, and the piranhas all like starting to move towards the center. And the Navy SEALs are already like starting to flood their base. If they just eat like one more square, this entire area will fill up with water. Come on, somebody's got to do it. Oh, that's a hungry boy. Look at that. Ate 2 like mounds of dirt. Oh, they're actually starting to migrate. Is that just poop that they're just filling the community center with? Oh, frogs have really flooded their base over here. I feel like snakes are in a pretty good spot. They really have not eaten that much of their land. They could potentially get cut off by the frogs and the turtles though. Oh, crabs are in rough shape. Wait, how did this even happen? How did they get water all the way over here? Monkeys don't look too bad. At least it's like kind of spread out, and they are kind of being good about expanding to the middle too. And I think bears are still doing the best. They're actually the closest to the middle out of anyone. Oh, hold up, look at this. Cats moved in the center. Frogs are probably in the best spot out of anyone. And then rats are surprisingly here, even though they are like in the top right. They actually moved really far down here. Though you know what? The Navy SEALs might actually be in the worst spot. Because yeah, their land is getting eaten up really quick, and they also like don't really have any way off of this area. Yeah, this entire area is like filled up. Yeah, crabs are definitely starting to get cut off. The cats just expand a little bit south. The crabs are pretty much done for. Turtles and piranhas are kind of stuck as well. So, I mean, I could see it coming down to just these three, the cats, the frogs, and the rats. Oh, look at Frog's base at this point. It is just gone. I don't even really know what's gonna happen once all of their buildings get destroyed. Are they gonna migrate to like a new empire? Like, are they gonna join up with the rats or something? Or are they just gonna
Die.
Yeah, rats are getting really close. Just one. Oh, it happened. GG. So they lost a ton of land in that. Okay, we're at year 50. Looks like the monkeys are in the lead as far as population goes. Obviously, that doesn't like super mean anything, but it's cool. Followed by the bears, which are in definitely a better spot. Then, I mean, at this point, frogs have lost almost the entirety of their base. They do have the middle, once again, which is a good spot to be, I think. Yeah, I just don't know. My money might be on the bears or the cats. They still do have, at least the bears actually do have a good piece of land that's not been eaten too much. And they're still far away from the water. And I feel like their base is not at a huge risk of being flooded. Funny enough, they've kind of like spread out their consumption of the land so far. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, I think the seals are probably going to be the first one out. I am curious though, because there's a lot of seals just kind of roaming around. Are they still part of like the main seal empire, or have they joined up with anyone? Okay, yeah, they are still loyal to Bai, but they're just kind of like roaming around in the rat space. But I am curious, like, once this little town sinks and they kind of don't really have a home base, are they just gonna migrate somewhere else? Or, well, that might actually happen a lot quicker than we thought. They have one single building left. Just lost 2 more big chunks of land. And there's so many crabs just wandering around on all these like disconnected islands. So I mean, eventually they'll probably just eat all this up and have to swim for like the mainland. All right, year 75, it just keeps getting closer and closer to the middle. Huge loss of land for the monkeys up here in the north. And then there's one that just happened very close to the center here. So I don't know. I mean, the frogs still seem like they're in a good place, but they're really eating up this land. Things are not looking good for the rats at all. There's a few little squares here that are keeping them protected, but their entire last town is just hanging on by a thread. Bears are still doing pretty good though. Still a big chunk of land, and it really has not been flooded at all. I do feel like I'm kind of jinxing things by saying that though, but they still have like a few blocks in between them and flooding this whole area. Meanwhile, that seal slash turtle colony did not last. I wonder if they joined up with anyone yet. Kingdom is Meow, which is confusing. Isn't that is that this kingdom over here? Okay, so they did join up with the cats. They just don't live there, or are not allowed to live there. Wait, I think it's finally happening. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but part of Bear's base got sunk. The monkeys moved in where they used to be. Oh, the cats just got sunk too. I don't think they have, oh, they do have one town over here. Okay, year 100, at this point, there's really just two land masses. There's the bears kind of land mass up here and the piranhas down here. So, I mean, at this point, it's mostly between those two. We still do have like 2,700 population, but I think it's starting to drop because I think like with this lack of land, creatures are starting to starve or honestly drown if they're cut off. Okay, I might be getting like a little bit impatient, but I really want to spawn something else to kind of eat these like loose squares. Maybe we could give that trait to like a bunch of the bugs or something. So I'm gonna grab the flies actually. Then I'll just kind of go around this island a few times and then we'll give them the perk. Okay, let's not give them these two perks. We do need to make them immortal if we can. But I guess we can do that in here. Whoops. We'll do, yeah, so we'll make them immortal. And then we will change their diet. And I guess that's kind of it. Let's make them red. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work because they are a flying thing. But we'll just have to see. It would be really fun if it did. Wait, crap, I think it's working. What have we done? All right, well, yeah, the world is gonna end. This is it. Man, look at them go. They are just devouring everything. Well, bears are still looking pretty good. I think the flies are pretty far off, though the flies are gonna reach the piranhas pretty quick here. Thankfully, they're all napping right now. I don't think at this point there's any like buildings that exist, except for this one little campfire that's not even lit. Oh, hold up, Bear's base is been reduced just to one little square. I think it is literally just this one little dummy that's keeping them alive. Cats surprisingly still have the most population despite not having like any land anywhere. They seem to just be completely nomadic at this point, just kind of wandering around all the little islands. All right, year 125, we're down to 1,600 population and it's dropping really quick. The piranhas just got out, or their land just got sunk, and bears are still hanging on with their one little square. Monkeys have a little bit of land here. Rats have a little square that I don't fully understand. It's just these dummies. That's the only thing keeping these empires alive. Yeah, like everybody is migrating just to this one tiny little piece of land, which just means it's gonna get eaten like super quick. There goes the, who was that? The turtles or the frogs? Bears still holding strong, 63. Though that is the like town. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go based off of like who ends with the most population. So currently it's actually the turtles at 362, followed by cats and crabs, but we are down to 1,000 population at this point, and the flies have unfortunately made it to where everyone is. Yeah, there really is like nobody left except for the people that are in this area. All right, let's do it. Let's release more flies. I'm just gonna do a huge square on the edge of the map, and I just want to watch them just eat like the rest of what's left. I think the winner's just gonna be last man standing. We'll maybe go until there's like 10 sapien population left, and we'll just see like who has the most at that point. Okay, we have approximately like 4,000 flies. And where are they going? Why are they like skipping over everything? Uh-oh, yeah, they're heading straight for where everyone is. This is like actually terrible. All right, well, we're down to like 800 population. Oh my gosh, look how many flies there are. I don't think this is gonna last much longer. But if we zoom out, yeah, there's literally nobody. There's nobody left roaming around. It's all in this one spot. Oh, I want to follow this big bear guy. Boy, what are you doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? There still is land, but he's still like just swimming everywhere. Okay, this guy's stupid. We should not be following him. Well, I want to follow this guy. I feel like this guy's just like a mountain, just standing here, completely motionless. All right, big boy's on the move. Hopefully not too far to where he starts drowning. And yep, he is gonna drown. This guy. There we go. Yeah, just sleep. That's honestly the best thing you can do right now. I think he's gonna be last man standing. He actually might be if he keeps sleeping. We're down to 220 and it's dropping really, really quick. No. I still got faith in him. Maybe he's just, maybe he'll get tired again. Maybe he'll go and sleep. By the way, if you're wondering why the turtle's drowning, it's because I turned off their like fins. Okay, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be last man. We're down to 92. Crap. Maybe this guy. This guy is fast at least. Look at him go. Look at that. I mean, at least he's not like drowning yet. He's kind of like splitting things up. Okay, that was it. Down to 10 population. Turtles ended up winning with 7 population. Yeah, the last 3 ended up being the turtles, the crabs, and the piranhas. Yeah, so we made it to year 186. We had 10,000, almost 11,000 deaths. I thought for sure the like bears are gonna win. They were doing so good for most of the game, but I feel like doing this is just so unpredictable because I think because they were doing so well, like everyone went to their little piece of land and ended up just like devouring it and all the bears got killed. So maybe, I mean, to do well in this game, you actually have to do bad because I feel like the turtles weren't doing very good for most of this game, but yet they ended up being the last ones. So I don't know, but thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.